Being on a dairy farm, we didn't get much time off, but on rare occasions I got to go up to the Wood River Valley where my Uncle Adolph and his family lived, and maybe spend a few days up there on the old cattle ranch with them. And this was one of those occasions. I call this Cousin Harvey. I was up at Uncle Adolph's. I'm a kid about 16, and I liked my cousin Harvey, nicer guy I'd never seen. He had been away to college, but he'd come back in the spring just to help out with the ranch work. He could do most anything. Uncle Adolph was his father, and his pennies he would watch. He was born of Danish parents, but he acted more like Scotch. They was boarding an old schoolmarm, spinster lady, I recall. She was unsophisticated and not worldly at all. We had all sat down to breakfast, only Harvey hadn't yet. He was next door in the milk house with a separator set. Separators was a gadget that you filled up to the brim. They divided up the whole milk, separating cream from skim. Now, skim milk was a nuisance, nothing much to use it for, but the cream was something different. It was saleable for sure. As we all sat down to breakfast, Harvey felt a need to go, so he headed for the outhouse, and I guess we'll never know just what caused the conflagration. Maybe Harvey, bless his soul, lit a cigarette and, thoughtless, throwed the match down in the hole. Well, he whooped in through the kitchen, and the news he brought was dire. It translated into something like, "The outhouse is on fire." Well, that's not quite how he said it. It was blunter, you might say, and it purely shocked the schoolmarm, and she fainted dead away. After making his announcement, Harvey headed for the door, and he ran out through the milk house, hardly touching the floor. Well, he put the dad-burned fire out, and he came back in to eat, but the scene there in the kitchen didn't offer any treat, because Adolph is a-shouting at poor Anna, who's his wife, and she's trying now to calm him and to mitigate the strife. She is thinking he is angry about the words their son had said, his depiction of the outhouse that had knocked the teacher dead. But in this she is mistaken. Uncle Adolph's in a pout, but it's not about the schoolmarm. He don't care what she's about. He's thinking of tuition and the books and all the rent that had gone to school their Harvey, all that money they had spent. He had followed Harvey outside when he ran to quench the blaze, and he's shouting now at Anna as she stands there in a daze. That boy's 2 years into college, and it's like he's in a dream. There was skim milk all around him, and he fought the fire with cream.